All right, here we are, episode 32, and we've got a great matchup. Welcome to Band Fights. I am Iddy, and I'm joined by
Aaron,
and
Wartman.
And as I said, we've got a great matchup here, but before we get into that, how the whole Band Fight thing works, if this is your first time you're stumbling upon this channel, is we take each band's top 5 on Spotify. We match up song 1 versus song 1, song 2 versus song 2, and so on for 5 songs. Our panelist will then pick the best song in each matchup to determine the point. The first band to amass 3 points will be declared the winner and move on in the tournament. We will provide links to the songs in the description of the YouTube video. We have also set up Spotify playlists so you can play along at home. Simply search for Idiot on Spotify. Click the profile and then access the playlist for the episode you are listening to. You can then switch back and forth seamlessly between the 2 programs, and you will be listening to the exact same versions that we did when we made our decisions. Don't forget, visit www.bandfights.com for past matchups and other bracket information. Okay, so today's matchup, we've got Tom Petty versus the Killers. This is an interesting matchup. Tom Petty is one of those, guys that's been around forever and just consistently puts out, great music. Like, just has a deep catalog. Fortunately, passed away,
a couple years ago.
Yeah, a few years ago now. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, Tom Petty's awesome. His stuff's great.
Yep.
The Killers, they're. Last week we had Muse on the show, and the Killers are kind of contemporaries, but they're very different.
Mm-hmm.
At least vocally, especially, like. Just different, but still a very good rock band.
The new wave of UK rock.
I guess it's the new.
How many waves?
Just as many waves as codes.
I shouldn't have said that. As soon as I said it, I'm like, oh no.
The fourth wave.
That's the fourth
wave of British pop.
Yeah, that's right. So they're the second vaccine of.
Okay.
I mean, no, probably they're like the third or fourth after. Yeah. You got to include Coldplay and Radiohead.
Yeah.
But the Killers are
Oasis.
Oasis, I think, is a little bit older. They're probably they're probably the grandfathers of that whole group.
Okay.
But do you have any thoughts on this matchup? I know you're a huge Killers fan.
No, I think they're decent.
Yeah,
for sure. I'll probably know more of these songs than say Muse last week. But Tom Petty's another legend, and I expect a pretty easy victory.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Tom Petty. I like most of Tom Petty's stuff. I know some of the Killer stuff, but it'll be interesting to see how they match up against. Yeah,
Tom Petty's he writes solid rock and roll songs. He's likable.
He's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, there's nobody out there that goes, man, I can't stand that Tom Petty guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't take any unpopular political positions, so there's nothing overbearing about him. He's just a solid rock star. He's been around forever and made tons of great music. So yeah, the Killers got their work cut out for them, but this is why we play the game. So for song 1, it's going to be Free Fallin' for Tom Petty and the Killers, Mr. Brightside. All right, song 1, Free Fallin' versus Mr. Brightside. Aaron, you can take lead off on this one.
It's a closer battle than I would have anticipated.
Yeah.
Like, Mr. Brightside is a good song. I remember when it came out, it was huge. It was a huge hit.
Yeah.
But Free Fallin', I can't go against it. It's another massive hit, and it's been around for a long time, and stuck around for a long time for a reason. It's a good tune.
Greg?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. Tom Petty and Free Falling. It's just it's not a fast song. It's not something that's gonna get you up out of your seat and dance. But it's just, I don't know. It's got a vision. It kind of takes you kind of somewhere when you hear it. It's a nice, calm song. Mr. Brightside was a cool song, but it doesn't stand up to Free Falling. I'm voting for Free Falling as well.
I'm going to make it unanimous. Mr. Brightside is a really cool song, but Free Falling is, it's an awesome song. Just so people don't think I'm biased against slower songs, that's how you do a slower song.
Yep.
It's got to be diverse. There's got to be dynamics to it. It can't be just one note slow. It's got to be, and when you go from that verse where he's singing low, and then the chorus where it's just, you just give it a little bit more energy, a little upper register, and it makes that song have a dynamic feel. And yeah, Mr. Brightside's great. The lead singer, I'm not even sure his name, but I love his voice. I think it's great. But it's a good driving song. But Free Falling's just, it's almost a perfect song, especially in that, that kind of pace. It's not a ballad, but it is a slower song, but it's done perfectly. So it gets my vote, and so Tom Petty gets the old sweep on the first song, and Tom Petty's up 1-0. So we move on to song number 2, and for Tom Petty, another good song, I Won't Back Down, and for the Killers, When We Were Young. All right, and we're back with Tom Petty already up 1-0. Let's see if the Killers can draw even. Aaron, are they going to draw even?
No.
No?
Nope. Quite a contrast, these two songs.
Yeah.
The Tom Petty, I Won't Back Down, is another, slower paced, solid tune.
Yeah.
And When You Were Young was
a little bit more pace.
A little bit,
Free Falling.
Yeah, but still, relatively. And the Killers is the opposite.
Yeah, the Killers is
for
faster.
sure. But Tom Petty gets my vote again for this one.
Yeah, I'll go next because I'm gonna vote for Tom Petty too. It's the Killers song was faster, but I found it a little bit boring. Like it was a little too one note. The Tom Petty song, another great song. It's not fast, a little faster, but I mean that chorus is just so catchy, and the dynamics of that song are just, it's never boring ever. So yeah, Tom Petty gets my vote as well.
All right. Yeah, I did like the Killers song. I thought about it for a second, but I Won't Back Down, still a better song. I especially like that, just the Tom Petty's kind of, I don't know, is that like a southern drawl he has in there a little bit? Won't back down.
Yeah.
So that's a cool song. Never gets old. It gets my vote too.
Yep. All right, Killers don't even have a vote yet, and Tom Petty is up 2-0. I think the Killers are too good to not get a vote, but yeah, Tom Petty's really good. So, another tough matchup.
Another killer for the Killers.
Yes, but this is a good song for both sides. So Tom Petty's got "Running Down a Dream," and for the Killers, "Somebody Told Me."
Hello.
Well timed.
Oh wow.
And we're back. Killers on the brink of elimination. Haven't even got a vote yet. Somebody told. Is it something told me or somebody told you?
Somebody told
me.
Somebody told me. Somebody versus "Running Down a Dream." Greg, you haven't gone first in a while.
Yeah, I'll go first, and I will stick with the Petty, Mr. Petty, "Running Down a Dream." I really like that song. A little bit more. I mean, none of his songs are really fast songs, but that's definitely a more upbeat song.
It's the ultimate driving song.
Yeah,
like when you're just plowing down the highway and just running down a dream.
Yeah, and I like the little guitar solo in there halfway through. And Somebody Told Me. I think I liked it was okay. I think I like the other Killer songs better so far. I've heard that one before. But Petty again.
Aaron?
Yeah, same here. They're both good songs, but Running Down a Dream is, like you said, it's a good driving tune. It's fast paced. It's start to finish. It's a good tune.
It's so dynamic. Like when you really listen to it, I love that during the chorus. There's that little strumming part. You can barely hear it, but it's there.
Yep.
And I love the woohoos in there.
Yeah.
Adds a little bit to
it.
it.
But just that running down a dream, that little guitar strum. It's so dynamic. The Killers, I really like that song a lot. So, yeah, for me, I'm gonna give my vote to the Killers. I really do love that song, but yeah, maybe it is a sympathy vote.
That's fine.
But the Killers don't deserve to get shut out by anybody, even Tom Petty, even as awesome as Tom Petty is. So,
producer disagrees.
Yeah, the producer disagrees, but yeah, that's where I'm gonna park my vote with the Killers on this one. So it doesn't matter. Tom Petty's moving. Yeah, this matchup's over. We're just
quick and painless.
Yeah, we're gonna see if the Killers can get on the board, make this respectable. But Tom Petty up 3-0, moving on in the tournament. So we move on to song number 4. For Tom Petty, it's going to be Wildflowers, kind of a puzzling song to make the top 5 for him. And the Killers, Human. Well, here we are. Can the Killers make this respectable? That was a tough matchup.
Yeah.
That was a tough one to get through. Luckily, we were talking politics and stuff in the while those songs were playing to keep us interested, because the songs didn't do it.
Are we humans or are we dancers?
Are we humans or are we dancers, or are we wildflowers?
Wildflowers.
I'll go first. I'm gonna just throw a vote to the Killers. Both songs weren't very good. Both songs did nothing for me. Wildflowers is really slow. They have, oh my God, the producer's trying to insult me, and he needs spell check. Yeah, I think, I'm going to go with the Killers. Greg?
I'll just go with my initial reaction to the song, I suppose, to both of the songs. When Wildflowers started, I was like, And when Humans started, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this is a little bit different. So it had a different vibe. It went on and kind of got boring near the end. But I think it got
boring way quicker.
It got boring early on,
yeah,
I suppose. But I'll throw a vote to it.
Okay.
Did I guess slightly different than slightly more than Wildflowers, but it's not a strong.
It wasn't a high bar to get over.
No.
But yeah, it was.
I'm still going Wildflowers on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly not my favorite Tom Petty song, but it's just at least it was easy to listen to, and I wasn't annoyed by it.
I wasn't
annoyed me.
I wasn't annoyed by Human. It's just like both songs were like, eh.
Yeah, it's academic, so
if I had to listen to one of those two again, it wouldn't be close.
I don't know if you held a gun to me and forced me to listen to one of those songs again, I might take the bullet.
I win.
I win. That's a win-win.
That's a win. That's a win for humanity, not just human.
Right. Not just dancers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not just dancers, not just humanity, but human or whatever. Anyway, that didn't make any sense.
Nope.
No.
All right. So the Killers on the board, but they're still out. But anyway, we'll go on to song number 5. Song 5, it's going to be Tom Petty, You Don't Know How It Feels, and the Killers, Read My Mind. All right, here we are at the end. You Don't Know How It Feels and Read My Mind. I'll go first. For me, it's Tom Petty again. You Don't Know How It Feels is a great song.
It is.
The Killers song was okay. It didn't really stand out.
Yeah, it's just okay.
Yeah, it's just okay.
Yeah.
The Tom Petty song is outstanding, so it gets my vote. Aaron?
Yeah, same here. That's just a very average tune by the Killers, and You Don't Know How It Feels as a standout. So
yeah,
Tom Petty for me.
Make it a sweep.
Make it a sweep.
You don't know how it feels.
Well, the Killers got on the board, but yeah, they're not getting any farther than that. This is pretty lopsided victory. Justifiably, Tom Petty's an all-timer.
Yeah.
He's great.
It's not that the Killers were bad. It's just kind of like they were, I don't know, they weren't quite as fresh or whatever as like last week Muse was like a little bit different. This is just kind of like straight kind of, I don't know, poppy rock stuff, and it didn't kind of catch any attention. Yeah, flat, but not in a bad way. Just kind of wasn't enough to rise above Tom Petty.
Yeah, Tom Petty's music it's dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think about that. Maybe when you're listening, you're thinking it's kind of a formulaic blues rock, but his songs have that dynamic that make them fresh and make them,
they're timeless.
It makes them not boring. The Killers, some of their songs they're kind of flat lines.
Yeah.
They're good. Like if it comes on the radio, I'm not jumping to change the station, but if I'm flipping through and there's a Tom Petty on the other station, I'm probably
you're going to enjoy it,
Yep.
right? You're going to get into it.
Yep.
So
it's a tough matchup. The Killers are a good band, but Tom Petty's just solid.
Yep.
1 through 5 solid. I mean, Wildflowers is kind of meh, but
it's funny how we see with these bands that we know very well how their top 5s aren't always what you would expect. So
no, and
there's
not always,
missing.
and sometimes a little disappointing.
Yeah.
Where you go, oh, this song's not, like Last Dance with Mary Jane's not in there, and Refugee's not in there. So, I mean, Tom Petty's he's such a deep catalog.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And again, that's the way this tournament goes. It's all Spotify users. So, any parting shots or no?
No, it's all she wrote.
All she wrote. So, the Tom Petty wins 4-1 and moving on in the tournament. So, I guess we'll bring this episode to a close. So don't forget to
smash that like button.
And subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave us a comment, especially if you're a huge fan of the Killers and you think we're just stupid and we don't understand music. You're wrong, but Tom Petty's just awesome. So, leave us a comment. Let us know how you would vote on these 5 songs. You can be right and agree with us, or you can be wrong and just let us know how wrong you are. I guess we'll go on to next week. Next week we've got this is a crazy matchup. We got the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh,
so
Buffalo, New York in the house.
Yep, Buffalo, New York, just across the pond or across the river from us here in Niagara, and they're taking on Disturbed. So
wow,
yeah,
it's a contrast.
Yeah.
That is a contrast. Those are two ends of the spectrum. So we look forward to that. You're gonna hear some good music anyway from both bands. So check us out next week on Band Fights.